And we're back.
Hey, we're back!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Flagon. I am Oliver Redboots. That is Swan Maulsmith, and I am so excited to be back.
You are?
Yeah,
you're
absolutely. So send your birds to us for your questions from young adventurers, and we will answer them as best we can. I know we have a catalog of backed up questions right now, but we'll get to them eventually.
We're gonna power through them.
We're gonna power through them, and I think
if it's time sensitive, send your familiar with a question.
Right? Yeah. That works out even faster. Like maybe put a little exclamation point on it, so we know that it's time sensitive. Right?
Yeah.
So we're back. Hello, everyone, at the Yawning Portal in Waterdeep. Retired adventurers who have now somehow become semi-retired. And what an insane week.
Yeah, we had a good week.
It was a fabulous week. And I should explain to everyone why I was such a grumpy asshole the last episode. And I should probably explain to you, too, right? I don't know if I
didn't want to,
I didn't want to get into the weeds of exactly what was going on. And
every now and then you have a bad day.
We were talking about, I was complaining about how all of a sudden I had become an adventurer again full time, basically, after wanting to retire for so long. So, I got you your cape, right? The cool cape. So I had to get it out of extra-dimensional storage. Right. And do you remember that lich that almost killed me?
Yeah, of course.
So for those that don't know, a lich is an undead wizard who has used some type of magic to extend their life beyond the normal lifespan and become some type of undead creature. And
they're like paladin, king of the undead or something.
Yeah, I think they are.
The magic takes on a life beyond life for something.
Undead? Yeah, I think they count as undead. Right. So they're basically their essence has just become extended due to the magic, right?
Right.
And one of the items that they must produce is called a phylactery.
We've talked about phylacteries.
Right. We have, yes. So the lich that almost killed me, that Gon was kind enough to raise me back from death. Well, I kept his phylactery. So, yeah, I know. But I had it in storage so he couldn't reform, right? Right, yes, I know. Yeah. So he did reform, right? So that's why I was having such a bad week, right? He almost killed me again. I know. But look, hey, it's all done. The problems have solved itself.
Okay.
We've sorted it out. Everything is fine. I was able to destroy the phylactery, and we had a bit of a duel.
And you didn't call me?
No, I felt like I made this bed myself, right? So I should probably clean it up.
Okay.
And,
it's not how we do things at the temple.
It's
you know what I'm saying?
Good to stretch
there's
those
a fire that
muscles.
gets out of control. It's not just the responsibility of the guy that lit the fire.
Well, Vincent was there, too. So, if it got too out of control, right?
You called Vincent and not me?
Well, no, Vincent was literally there.
Okay.
So I guess another thing that younger adventurers might know is, a lich time to, reform, right, with their phylacteries around is kind of, it's a little bit random, right? It's it could take a day, it could take a few hours, it could take a couple days.
It could take a month.
Yeah, I didn't exactly know how long it would take him to reform, and I thought I had a little time, I was having a little fun with it. I may or may not have been making tea in it, and I was making tea in it. I was absolutely making tea. So I was making tea with delicious phylactery.
This is the one with the tea set?
No. This is actually like an urn.
Oh, okay.
Right?
And there was one that was a tea set.
And it had ashes in it, so I dumped the ashes into the fire, and I put some fancy tea in there that Vincent. This is why he was there, right? He was giving me. I have a thing for fancy tea, and I bought some fancy tea from.
Listen to me.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I want to be mad at you right now, but I can't be.
So I made some tea out of his phylactery, right? And we were having a friendly conversation and enjoying the tea, and poof, lich. And I was like, oh shit. At least let me put the tea down, because I don't have a third cup, right? And then so we had a little.
A little tete-a-tete.
I don't know if did you hear about the fire in Trollskull Alley?
It's not right over my head at this point,
That and it's not like Trollskull Alley fires are rare,
exactly.
Right? It happens there all the time. So we had a little mano a mano and.
Wow.
Hey man, I made it. That's why I was such last week, because it took a lot out of me and take some time to recover from such a weird magical duel, right? But yes, so I did destroy the phylactery this time. I promise you. I should have probably told you I had it. But what was that, 12 years ago? It was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago, but
Maybe don't keep phylacteries.
Well, I guess that one's a clear. Hey, that young adventurers,
right?
Don't keep the phylactery as a souvenir.
You should not do that. And I just couldn't help myself because I wanted.
Well, please call me next time.
I know, but I thought I could handle it, and I did.
Yeah, no, it's not you're not capable. It's
Yeah, it's man, it was not easy. Oh man, I forgot how much more powerful an undead lich can be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're no joke.
No, it's not easy. But anyway, so that's why I was such a... And I'm sorry, everyone, for doing that. And it's the whole thing. And don't keep the lich's phylactery. Just destroy it as soon as you possibly can.
Yeah.
But I needed a souvenir because he that was like one of my first big incidents with,
Maybe the first time that you were dead.
Yeah, that was definitely the first time I was dead. It wasn't the only time I was dead, but that was the first time.
Right.
You never forget your first time.
No.
And, so there was maybe a little bit of bitterness.
Sure.
Some anger there.
Yeah,
right?
no, I get that.
Yeah,
This guy killed me. I want to make sure I, embarrass him.
Yeah, well, I did. I definitely did. He was not happy. Wow. Like,
no.
I guess.
This is my shock face, Boots.
I guess if you've been floating around the void for 12 years, not being able to reform because you're that's got to be, oh my gosh, I wonder what was happening to him. Like, what happens if you put a lich's phylactery in extra-dimensional storage where no magic is allowed to touch it, but the lich's body has been destroyed? Is he just floating around the verse?
Maybe.
Oh.
I don't know how we get an answer to that one.
No, we'll never know now because they destroyed the phylactery.
Yeah.
You think
they're definitely not coming on the show?
No, he's definitely not coming on the show. I would have
So what has the last 12 years been like for you?
And I almost do you think there's a lich that we could experiment on?
Yeah, that sounds... Hang on. Let me catalog that in the list of terrible ideas.
I mean, come on, man.
Hey, you're an uber powerful, greater than death magician. Do you mind if we tinker with... Can we f*** with you just a little bit?
When you say it like that, it does sound ridiculous.
Yeah.
I probably should have known that was a terrible idea. But, I mean, I am known for terrible ideas. It's kind of my bag, man.
Yeah. No, right. That's on brand.
All right. So that should explain my grumpiness last week.
Well,
I apologize.
I'm glad that... I'm not glad about any of this, to be honest with you, but I'm glad you're in a slightly better mood now.
Wait, I did kind of... Well, we had a great week.
We had a great week.
I was able to recover from the lich attack and all of that, and then we had the ball, right? That was fabulous.
Yeah, the ball. Okay, so to recap for the people that might be new.
Mm-hmm. We definitely should do that.
I gave a talk at Waterdeep Community College, and we got involved as being fundraising chairs for Waterdeep Community College to renovate one of their facilities, their athletic facilities, to be more of an adventure and training facilities.
And because they didn't want to, they had a boat thing set up. They were rowing around Waterdeep Harbor.
Yes.
I guess dodging Sahuagin and
right.
mermaids or whatever.
Right. So we agreed to be fundraising chairs, but they needed something like 20,000 gold, right, in order to renovate this facility.
An insane amount of gold.
This is not the amount of money that we kind of... It's not pocket change.
I had to sell some magic items just to, subsidize...
So we individually were responsible for coming up with 5,000 each. You had to sell some stuff. The Temple of Gond was kind enough to sort of give us the money. They want some say in the training itself and some oversight.
Which I think is good, considering they were making deals with ancient order of what is it? Philosophy? Whatever the hell that was.
We'll get back to that.
Pin in that one because, anyway, go ahead.
But we had to come up with another 10,000 gold, right? And the only people that we know, really...
No, basically your wife's friends.
My wife's friends, right? That is part of...
The Lord's Alliance.
The Lord's Alliance.
And what was the other one? The Gauntlet thing? The Order of the Gauntlet?
The Order of Gauntlet, right. So there was a Lord's Alliance meeting this week, or actually yesterday, right? And we managed to talk Lucy and have her talk to some of the leaders coming in early. We were going to throw Waterdeep was going to do a little ball, right? And so we got pulled in to some of the planning. And we also were lucky enough to finally...
We weaseled our way in.
Finally get the Clerics of Pan to hook us up with their wine supply.
I'm so happy. I have 3 barrels at the house. Barrels, Swan, of no hangover wine.
No. Shout out to the Clerics of Pan. Super cool guys. Again, super cool.
You should see all of the mushrooms they gave me. I'm so excited.
You're living your best life now.
It's just such a great week right now.
Yeah.
I got so shit-faced last night on that wine, and I feel fantastic right now.
Yep.
All right. So, and then, right, we were able to convince them.
Yeah.
And because they had such a great time drinking the Pan's wine and we were very successful. We were at our most charming. Well, your wife was at her most charming, and you were there, and I was charming. And
we're talking about the needs of
great
adventurers and training the right way.
So we were able to double our fundraising commitment.
Yeah, we came back to the WCC flush.
It was
really flush. So they needed 20. We came back with 30.
And 45. 45 was the total.
Oh, right, 30 from the night. And
right.
Then okay. Yeah.
35
so we came
was
with
the
45.
total.
So they needed 20. We came back with 45, which means they can do a lot.
And and with the help of Gon's little oversight, I think this will be really successful.
And we'll get pulled into, crafting and building some of the structures and some of the trading facilities, and that's great.
That's
we're happy to...
the best part, if we're being honest. Like, they can get to kind of branch out and give opportunities to the youngsters of the Dock Ward, basically. Right. Lots of scholarships. It was just a great night.
It was
really
a great
was.
night. Yeah, I don't know that... I kind of want to do that like on an annual basis, to be honest with you.
You want to do that more?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to be involved in fundraising full time. Like, I don't want to be a full time fundraiser. That's not my
No, I think this is a one and done kind of thing. But I wouldn't mind helping every now and then.
Okay.
Right? Like we'll throw the ball, and if they happen to raise money, then that's great. Did you know that the Than clan, which is a great thing to say, and I never knew, like
the amazing Than and the Than clan.
Right? No, the family, the Than.
The
right?
Thans.
The famous Thans of Waterdeep. I did not know they were so much fun. I really thought they were stuffy nobles. They were the kindest, nicest, coolest people.
They're really invested in making sure that Waterdeep has, upward mobility.
And most of them were bards, and I did not hate them. So yeah, we were able to do that. That was a great week. Also, we did kind of get the whole school out from under the thumb of the... Dude, I know I should remember this. I know, but I just don't care. The Order of the Philosophy Ancient?
Yeah,
Ancient Philosophy of the Order.
We talked last week about how there was this secret society called the Order of the Ancient Philosophy.
Scry on the safety officer. Dude.
Yeah, again, bad plan.
Also, you're kind of boring at home, right? Like, they wanted to see you make eggs for the kids? That was their big plan?
Yeah.
Look.
He makes a hell of an egg sandwich.
Oh, look, they read the same story to your son 4 times in a row because that's the one he keeps asking for.
Right. He really takes his golem producing seriously. It's really angry when you store the fire rocks next to the fire.
So, yeah, but they were from, what was it again?
The Order of the Ancient Philosophy.
Oh, right. Such just like an ominous and cool name for such a stupid fucking premise. I do have to commend them on their fruit baskets.
Yeah, so starting at the top, we sort of let it be known.
We were unhappy.
We were onto them last week. And
I may or may not have threatened to burn the entire place to the ground.
Which was drastic, but
it was taken seriously, as it should be.
Okay. When we got back to our respective houses, sure enough, there was an apologetic fruit basket. And then
a brochure,
which was, I don't know, you could have led with that. Lead with the brochure next time, not the scrying paperwork. Should we talk about...
the people need to know, young adventurers need to know how dumb some of these secret societies are, and how stupid their entire, mindset is based on.
You want to tell them, or should I?
God.
Because I think we had to get together and be like,
it's so cringy. I get goosebumps, right? And I have to tell people, all right. So there are orders out there, right? There are societies, there are organizations. The Lords Alliance,
right? Andrew Francine's,
right? Yeah, they're great. They actually perform a service, right? The Emerald Enclave, right? There are some good people in positions of power that try to solve the world's problems. The ancient order of these nuts is that their whole thing is pointing out what's wrong. That's it. They just observe and say, hey, you guys should do something about that.
Yeah, this sucks, fix it.
Fucking do any of the fixing.
Right. I mean, it's very flowery worded.
They're just assholes who point out other things for people to solve.
Right.
How is it? Your entire mentality is based on that?
Yeah, the idea that if you can catalog what's wrong with the world, that's enough. Here's a hint, everybody.
It's not.
It's not enough.
It's not enough. We're not burying the fucking lead there, you assholes.
I don't know if they were trying to branch out when they were trying to recruit me to hey, maybe just cataloging the stupidity is not enough. Maybe we need to hire some guys to fix it.
What did they think the Gon was going to be like, oh yeah, we'll just allow this stupidity to go unattended in the world?
Right. I need to send him to a far-off plane to point out that they're doing wrong.
What?
No.
Acolytes of clerics and clerics of Gon, their whole thing is to develop clever solutions to problems that the world has, right?
Yeah. Step 1 is identifying the problem. That's not where the whole process ends.
No, that's where it's literally the beginning.
Yeah, step 1. You got to make it to step 2, dumbass.
Oh God, ancient order of the dipshits. I don't do it. Well, you know what? Whatever. He's no longer employed at WDCC, and I do feel a little guilty about that, right? I would never want to cost someone their job or their gig, but he kind of had it coming.
Yeah. You don't scry on your benefactors.
Yeah, after we just got all this loot.
We brought you a literal cartload of money.
And your response is to be we should really check these guys out.
Yeah.
You fucking dingleberries. So yeah,
Anywho.
but other than that, it was a great week. I have probably like 2 pounds of mushrooms, 3 barrels of pan ale.
I like how that's how you judge a good week. What's a good week? It's pounds of mushrooms.
I mean, dude, I really need to give you more of these mushrooms.
I'm not a mushroom that we've been.
I know this is a path that you don't really like to tread, so this is why I keep kind of like giving them to you when you're not really paying attention to it. I don't want to say dosing because that's not what I'm doing.
Doping? Are you doping me?
No.
Like, what is this?
What am I doing? I'm allowing you to explore the heavens with me.
Oh, thank you. What a
That
relief.
sounds worse.
Yeah,
Oh
a
my
little
god.
bit.
So and that
You've been throwing them at me from the roof. Are you roofing me?
I don't know if I like that.
Yeah.
Let's not do that.
No.
Let's not do that. No. No, but the family of satyrs are staying with me still. So they'll be.
Oh,
they'll
yeah,
be,
no kidding.
They decided to stay in town for a little while, and I couldn't. And everyone just, I'm not gonna let them sleep in an inn. So I just bought the upstairs of the place that I live in, and I allowed them to move in up there. Which in retrospect was a terrible idea because they have hooves, and now I have hooves on my second floor.
Oh yeah, it's like living downstairs from the
Right,
plotters.
I should have swapped. Right,
Yeah.
I should have went upstairs.
Did you
and-
say you bought the one upstairs?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you buy the whole place?
No, well, yeah.
Oh, I mean,
I did. I stopped being stingy with the gold.
Okay.
Right, like why was I
no.
always acting so broke? Right? I mean,
Did
like
you? Okay.
I'm rich, and I should live like that. I
You're
think.
occasionally rich. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm currently not doing bad.
Okay. I want to? Maybe
So,
I want to answer to this. Maybe.
All right, I'm gonna tell you. You remember when I went to get your cape, and the phylactery was in there. There was also a few chests that just happened to be filled with gold and jewels and other couple magic items.
Okay. Awesome.
So I totally forgot about it.
Wonderful.
Right? It's not.
That's great. Hey, found money. Love it.
And I mean, like, listen, it's tracking, right? It's on brand.
Yeah.
Like, I have done like that in the past. Also found a few extra pairs of boots of speed, which is nice.
Hey, you can never have too many of those.
Nope. I found another bag of holding that I'm actually kind of scared to open. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know what I'm going to pull out. If I pull out another phylactery, I will call you this time.
Maybe we should get Thud,
Yeah,
just in case.
I just
Like,
feel...
hey, look, it just could be some
I
magic
feel
rope.
so guilty asking him to come help us because he's been out of the game. Well, except when he's winning the games or
Right.
stopping, roustabouts in an alleyway or an alchemical shop from robbing the place, right? Like, and he seems, while missing it, to be content away from the game, right? And if we have Thud on here, I'd hate to pull him back in. It's a whole
All
thing.
right, but I mean, let's take some precautions.
Oh, so if you think, all right. If I decide to open any more things that could contain the evilness incarnate in the universe,
Yeah.
maybe. All right. It's really hard for me to argue with you on that one. All right, that's fair. I'll call Thud and we'll come. Maybe we should do. We'll have a party, right? I'll take a whole bunch of mushrooms. We'll get
no,
Thud.
No.
We'll get you.
No.
We'll open.
We'll do the
some-
mushrooms after we figure out what's in there.
Dude, but you know how awesome my mushroom magic is.
Yeah, I think it's not as good as you think it is.
I definitely remember it as being awesome.
Yeah.
It's not.
Well, I mean, like your prismatic spray is woo.
Is it?
Amazing.
Well, I mean, yeah. You
Like
should see it
dancing
from
lights.
see it from my angle.
Awesome.
You know what I mean?
Right. Fireball. That's not something I want you to be out of control in.
Again. All right, that's fair. All right. So we had a great week. I guess it's the whole point of that entire diatribe.
All right. But I had one other question about you buying your place, which, hey, congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
That's awesome. Last time we talked about your place, your landlord was a little right? Because he had thrown your stuff out.
No, and I turned him into a little shit
You
for a
did?
while.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's sort of what I was
I
wondering.
did, we had a lesson in manners, basically,
Okay.
right?
All right.
And I think it was taken to heart because he went from being kind of a to
I will
super
certainly
polite.
sell you this and be away from you. Is that
That's I overpaid for it a little bit to kind of like make up for it.
okay? All right.
And I did turn him into a few things. I could have left a couple of them out, right? I probably didn't need to do it as many times. I was really annoyed. Really, really, really annoyed.
Yes.
And, well, he'll remember the time. That's
Okay.
it, he's fine now, though. He's fine. I think he said he was moving to Baldur's Gate
Okay.
to be away from crazy-ass adventurers in Waterdeep. I don't think he's ever been to Baldur's Gate.
No, I
because
was going to
that's
say he's going to find some different
exactly
breed of crazy adventurers
right.
there.
It's like, dude, you're moving from the fire into another fire.
Right.
It's like,
Move to Silvery Moon, idiot. Don't move to Baldur's Gate.
I don't think he's got Silver Moon scratch.
Oh, okay.
No,
All right.
yeah. I mean, I guess he does now. He definitely.
Two-floor walk-up in Waterdeep is not going to get you Silvery Moon money.
No, definitely not. It is going to get you. You'll be able to buy like a broom closet in Silver Moon for that. But yeah, so yeah, I totally forgot about some of the treasure that I had.
Hey, no, that's awesome. Congratulations.
I really need to do better about that. But what are you going to do, right? But lots of magic items too.
Anything fun?
Like a couple things were pretty cool, right? I have a really old axe that's made out of like some type of dark metal that I'm unfamiliar with. I'm not going to touch it because I don't want it to talk to me.
Yeah.
I don't think it was mine. I think it was one of Thud's things that we had to take away from him.
Okay.
It was probably another one of those things that I was supposed to destroy.
Maybe.
Probably. I mean, I didn't want to get rid of it.
Bring it by the forge.
You think I should bring it by the forge?
Yeah, I do.
No, I'll bring it by the forge. All right. But yeah, visit by a lich, pan ale,
Yeah.
pan wine. We've covered our commitments. I mean, like, this has been a fabulous week as far as adventurers are concerned.
No complaints.
Right. And I know we got a bunch of questions.
We did.
Right? I think our friend Dr. Zed, right? Didn't he write in again?
He did. We heard back from Dr. Zed.
Right. It's always good to hear from him.
Yes. We have some follow-up responses from Dr. Zed, which we can let loop people in on. And
really hope we can help. It seems pretty complicated.
It did seem complicated. But apparently Ajax is still going strong.
I really need to get a war poodle.
Yeah.
Could you imagine someone...
Well, you got the scratch for it now.
I did. Right.
Oh, God.
What?
You did?
I gambled a little.
Okay.
Like, not all of it, but I mean, some.
You need me to hold the deed?
The what?
The deed?
To the house?
Yeah.
No, I'm sure it's fine.
Okay.
Nope, I would like you to hold the deed.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, now that I think about it. Because this is like, what, the fourth or fifth manor that I've owned?
Really? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Why don't you give me the deed so you can't gamble it?
I had that tower.
A little bit of money we can use to pay the taxes on
young adventurers. If you own a tower, like I did own a tower for a little while.
You did. I missed that tower.
I forgot about it.
Tower was great. It was great for you.
Yep. And then I just left it alone for a few years. I forgot all about it, and some evil souls moved in, and then I had to destroy
squatters'
it.
rights, and then
I couldn't. So I blew it up.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do, right? So maybe it's better that you actually hang on. Will you be my bank of Gond? Or is that weird?
What does that mean exactly?
I don't know.
Okay. I mean, we can definitely manage some of your finances.
That's probably better.
Okay.
Because I'm terrible at this.
Take some of the gold that you have now and at least
put
it in trust for you.
All of the adventures we've been on.
Our life did take a weird turn.
Oh, God. Yeah, it really did. All right.
We're entertaining, I'm sure, the mass of humanity with, like, hey, what kind of trust structure do you want?
God. And that, and, like, I mean, like, this is important for young adventurers, right? Like, just don't, like, forget that you own things, right? I mean, like...
I feel like there's
definitely a tip there.
A
like,
high-end sorcerer problem.
How many things did you put in your bag of holding that you completely forgot about that may have been useful when you were, just gallivanting around a dungeon or two?
We're not talking about like cheese sandwiches either.
No, and 10-foot poles.
Right.
We're talking about actual useful items, right? You may have a stone in there that allows your human to see in the dark, right? You never know. Check your inventories.
Yes.
I guess is the point of this entire thing.
Manage your inventory.
Manage your inventory appropriately.
Yeah.
You may own a tower.
You may own a tower.
It's like
or portable tower.
Right? Like we would go and like some village noble would will us a home, right?
Yes, that did happen a couple times.
Yeah,
like, thank you so much.
We're not gonna settle in this backwater hole.
Yeah, and there's like typically like, hey, congratulations, thank you so much. We want to gift you this house.
Then we're like,
we don't need a house.
No.
And
we end up
nobody else in this town can afford this house.
Yeah, we end up giving it to some villager.
Yeah, here's a free house.
Yeah, I mean, like, what are we supposed to do?
You use it in good health.
And those nobles gave me that tower. Right?
Yeah,
hey, congratulations, thanks for saving us on our asses. Here's a fucking tower.
Here's a tower.
Which is a weird thing to reward people with, but like kind of cool all the same.
Yeah.
Didn't Thud get willed like an army or like a tribe or something like that? Wasn't he like what do they call it? Like they don't call it a king, but it's like a
chieftain?
He might be a chieftain of some tribe up north. Is he still technically the chieftain?
I mean, I hope not, because otherwise there's a bunch of barbarians running around not knowing what to do.
With like a power vacuum?
Yeah.
Just devoid of leadership structure.
Yeah.
Like that happens all the time to adventurers though. Like, like, oh, here, you've saved us and here's the thing.
Yeah.
I saw you get shit all the time. But it was typically hammers.
Yes.
People love...
Look, I love me a good hammer,
giving
ceremony
you hammers.
hammer. The awkward... Can we talk... Okay. The awkward ones are when, like, as a reward, you can marry the mayor's daughter.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Yeah, please.
I mean,
super awkward.
Did have one rogue friend who did take them up on that, and as I remember, they are still happily married.
Which is great. If that's your thing, but to be put on the spot with that?
Yeah, it's weird, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure they were all lovely girls, but like...
there was a young man who was offered to me.
Yeah?
Yeah. I remember that very clearly. Do you want to marry? And I'm not really ready to settle down.
Yeah. I mean, flattered. And
how many? That happened at least 7 times that I can think of.
Did it really happen 7 times?
Yes, at least. Because the rogue married one.
I got 2. I remember 2.
Yeah, and I think I had a grand total of 3. So that's 5 right there.
Yeah.
6 if you count the rogue. I'm sure it happened another time because I know Thud. Yes,
Yeah.
had to have happened to him. I know no one asked the ranger because the sticks and in his hair, right? Like that was not.
I mean, it's flattering. It really is flattering, but super awkward.
How about just gold? Or like that.
Or a crisp high five, right? I mean,
I would much rather have a crisp high five than an awkward marriage proposal.
Really.
And like, or the magic item, right? That was in your family for generations. Don't give that to someone.
No.
You keep that for yourself.
Right.
You pass that along to the next generation.
Right.
I don't want your dad's magical axe returning
Exactly.
thing. What the hell am I going to do with that? Look at me.
Right.
I can't throw an axe. And Thud's not going to throw an axe
Right.
that size. It's like, what's he
Pick
gonna
his teeth with an axe that
Yeah,
size.
yeah. It was literally, he would like shave with that axe. That's
Right.
about it. I guess that's another good tip. If we're just jumping into tips for adventurers this episode,
Yeah.
is make sure that you know the payment structure up front, right?
Or be prepared to not get paid.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like,
Right, because maybe you come we have done this.
I mean, we
Right,
didn't get
come
paid for
across
a lot
town
of
in
things.
need, and they were clearly not well off.
We're not taking their stuff.
Right.
Well, when we did, we just left it in the town square. Those poor farmers that we saved from that orc tribe,
Yeah.
this was, I don't even know, 25 years ago, I have no idea. They gave us 17 silver pieces because that's all they had.
I know. We couldn't.
I think we left a bag of like 170 gold.
We did.
We're
Like,
gonna
thank
take
you,
17. Come on, get out of here. This is struggling. You don't take the food and money from those people. What are you, crazy? But yeah, so that's a great tip, actually. And be prepared not to get paid is another tip.
Yeah.
If they feed you and are nice to you,
Yeah.
maybe just do the good deed.
You're not gonna get stabbed in the night, and you get a decent,
You're not sleeping in
decent
the
hot
rain.
meal. Like,
right?
you're coming out ahead.
Oh yeah, totally. This morphed into one of our best tips.
I know.
That's went a weird direction.
Yeah.
Based on my shitty finances and irresponsibility, which is
It's always fodder for education.
yeah. Don't be like me, young adventurers. Make good decisions.
All right.
But I mean, like, how many people do we know that if you're hanging out with them and they've only made good decisions in their life, that's kind of boring.
Oh, yeah.
Right? There's like, you've never done that thing.
Don't make stupid decisions.
Right. But every now and then make
Make
some
a bad
ones.
decision.
Yeah.
You know.
Maybe
That
say
sounds like a.
yes.
Doesn't sound like a lethal idea, but it sounds like if I was, sober, I wouldn't make that decision.
Right.
But
Well, I
now
think,
we're doing it.
some of our best decisions were made when we were quite
some of
shit-faced.
our more lucrative adventures were the result of questionable decision making, and that's okay.
And I support that fully. I mean, like, our entire couple years in Sigil, that was really booze based. Right? We had to fight with that necromancer. And like there was no way we should have survived that. And I think had Thud not been so shithoused, that necromancer would totally have been able to like control his movements.
Yeah.
But he had been so hammered that
That's an interesting, I didn't know that until it happened, but it's really hard to dominate somebody when they're that shit-faced.
and he was mangled.
It's
my
weird.
God.
Like, you would think
The magic would work better.
it would work better.
Nope. Quite
If
quite the
someone
opposite.
is drunk to the gills,
And he wasn't even raging.
No.
He was so happy.
Right.
Slaying zombies by the score, man.
I dominate. Nope. That's not happening.
No. I remember at one point. Oh God, I know we shouldn't tell tales, right? Like, this was not a show about us, but I really want. And we do tell a lot of Thud stories, right? Because I'm not a martial person. You marginally are, right?
I
Much better than
martial.
me.
Yeah.
But like, Thud picked up a zombie and he was using the zombie to beat to death other zombies.
I mean, that's
That's a Thud thing to do, right?
I mean, we almost have to have a name for it.
That's on brand with
Right.
what he does. But to see it when you're just blasted.
The fortunate part for Thud is, like, when you pick up a zombie and hit another zombie, you just get two zombies that exploded. Like, you gotta pick up a fresh zombie every time.
But it was so much fun to watch.
Yeah.
And that necromancer, he had no idea what the hell was going on. Can you imagine you're some, evil wizard, whatnot, in Sigil, and you're trying to make you're making schemes and plans, and you are somehow raising an army of zombies to do some nefarious deeds, and 4 idiots just barge in your front door accusing you of zombie making,
Yep.
and then we see the zombies and it's like, game on,
Yep.
and we just start wrecking shit. Like, he did not expect that day. There is no doubt in my mind that he was not expecting.
He didn't even have pants on that day. He didn't have. He didn't.
I don't remember that, but it's perfectly. I'm not even sure I had pants on that day. Sigil was a blur, man.
Yeah.
But, we barged in the front door, an 8-foot tall barbarian just blasts in your front door and starts accusing you of creating undead season.
zombies, no more.
Yep. Boy, that guy. We got paid a lot for that too.
We did.
And we should not. We should have been killed. There's no way
Probably.
we should have survived that. I think that was booze-based heroism.
Oh my goodness, was it? I don't think we had planned to fight zombies that day. I think we were at the bar.
Oh yeah, that's 100%.
Bud was trying to he was trying to break his own record for number of tankards.
Because you have like specific like undead things that you can do, right?
Oh yeah.
You were not prepared for that day.
No, I hadn't prayed to Gons, like getting ready. We're gonna go take this out. It was completely beer muscles.
Oh man.
That we were like, oh, there's a we're not standing for that.
I didn't even get a scratch.
We were knee deep.
Not
in
a scratch on
zombie
me.
goo. Like
I really only think I cast like 6 or 7 spells that entire day, and one of them was on it was like fly, just so I didn't have to step in the zombie goo anymore.
Yeah.
That's another level of lazy.
But
hey,
I'm
young
brand for
adventurers,
you.
this is a great tip. If you have the ability to fly
This
over the
is
zombie
not a
goo,
great tip.
fly over the zombie
This is
goo.
ridiculous.
Ugh. All right. Is it enough of that? We have got to go. I
I need
out.
a drink so bad.
I did give Durden one of the barrels of pan wine.
Oh.
Because he was pretty upset with us last week.
Yeah.
And rightfully so.
Yeah.
So
Now, is he serving it or keep it for himself?
I think it's like by invitation only.
Ah.
Right. That old wizard dude. I don't know, with the long beard. Well, they all have long beards, I guess. But
Yeah,
he gave him some, and I don't
okay.
know who he is, but we should probably go ask. But
Okay.
anyway, so we're gonna go get some new pan wine that doesn't give us hangovers.
No.
So we'll be right back.
No.
And we'll be right back.
We'll
Everyone.
be right back.
And we're back.
Hey, we're back.
We have fresh pan wine. This
wine.
stuff is, I guess we
Pan wine.
do focus on the fact that it doesn't give you a hangover.
Yeah,
we
it's
never
delicious.
we never talk about how delicious it is. Like it has notes of all types of different berries.
Apricot, and
It's not dry. It's not too sweet. It's basically perfect wine.
it really is.
It's as close to damn perfect as I've ever had.
Yeah.
For sure. So, hey, everyone, we're back. Rod and Flagon. You can send your birds to that at Rod and Flagon or to at S. Maulsmith or to me at Oliver Redboots. I, of course, am Oliver Redboots. That's Swanee Maulsmith. Wow.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on this week.
Yeah, we talked quite a bit.
And
don't
I
know how many questions
apologize
we're gonna get to.
if we rambled.
Yeah.
Because, listen, our lives have become a little strange since we started
Hey, you got a
doing
big
this.
week. You got a big week.
We got a big week, and I do want to say hello to everyone out there in Red Lodge and Luskin and Silvery Moon and Baldur's Gate who are listening to us. All the young adventurers who send us their questions. Thank you. Please keep doing that. And speaking of questions,
Yeah.
I think we have a bunch, right?
We do. Well, I don't know. We can only get to a few.
Well, I mean,
This week, but maybe we'll do another question palooza next week.
if I just shut the f up and answer the questions simply, we might be able to get through more of these. But
Where's the fun in that?
fair. All right. So question number 1 of today. I hope it's a good one. And I never see these questions ahead of time. These
Nope.
are all Swanee just pulls them out of the stack sometimes, and this is all fresh and on the fly.
Right.
So you are getting my 100% unabridged thoughts on whatever subject we're talking about.
Right. So here's another question. Falls into the category of, I think I know how this is going to get answered because it's a question about whether or not you should do something, and it's a question for Boots.
Oh well, then you should definitely do the thing.
Definitely do it.
Yeah, do it.
The question is,
Like if they quit, I guess it depends on the context, but 90% of the time, if you haven't done a thing and you're curious about what's going to happen after you do the fucking thing, man. Live a little bit, take some risks. You're looking at me like that's probably a bad idea in this case.
No.
All right.
I just predict. Yeah.
You
it's on
saw that
brand,
one coming?
Right.
All right, what's the question then? What is the thing that they want to do then?
My friends are sorcerers, and they have a child that plays sports here in Waterdeep, and I suspect they are bending luck to make sure that he does well.
All right. If you're doing it to yourself, that's one thing. If you're affecting other people's children as well in this sports stuff, whatever it is that he's doing,
Right.
maybe don't do that.
Maybe don't do that.
Right.
I will say that it's possible that the child has some innate luck bending.
Well, we've seen that a lot, right? Children that are naturally skillful or naturally have some magic, they have an innate advantage.
Right.
Right? And you just got to kind of deal with that.
Yeah, that's life. That's going to be life for that kid.
But if people outside of the matches that they're doing are affecting the outcome unbeknownst to the other competitors, you're an asshole.
Kinda.
Yeah, you're that shitty parent.
Yep.
Don't be that shitty parent.
Right.
Ugh. No, that's douchey behavior.
No.
And
Yeah.
I would not tolerate that.
See, we found something.
Damn it. But I think it's only fair to the other competitors, right? And that goes both ways. Whether you think it might be benevolent or malevolent, right? Don't do that. And if you see someone doing that, you should definitely punch them dead square ass in the face. What? Are you telling me you would not? Right? Your kids are out there, they're doing their best, and like you see some parent moving around with their mind, you wouldn't just deck them immediately? Okay, well, maybe Swan wouldn't deck them immediately.
No, I probably wouldn't.
But
I would.
Thud would definitely deck them immediately.
Yeah. No,
so
I'm
in this
definitely
instance,
of the trio, I'm the one you want to do this to.
Right.
Because I'm likely to just make a scene, not make you into the scene.
No, Thud will make you into the scene. I will probably do the same.
And I'll just start like, hey, you do a really good job of moving the things around on behalf of your child. Congratulations.
You're a great cheater.
You are wonderful at this.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. That's not fair.
I was super lucky that he was able to catch that.
Yeah,
10 feet over his head when he's only 4 feet tall.
That's behavior I can't condone. Like being an asshole to other people when those other people have no say in it is that's just a douchebag move. Don't be that guy.
Right.
Be fair. Keep it fair.
Right.
If your kid can do it,
somebody doing this, just make a scene.
No, punch them square ass in the face. Choose violence in this case.
Oh, jeez.
What? No,
look.
Some lessons need to be learned the hard way.
Uh-huh.
And if you're being a dickhead to a large group of people,
but if you're not an adventurer, right? You just tell a non-adventurer to go punch a sorcerer in the face, like that seems like a bad move.
You know what? Call me. If you got
Boots.
I will happily come and smack the shit out of them. I'll have a go with
Boots
them.
is going to start patrolling the sports grounds of Waterdeep to ensure everybody's fairness.
Maybe not.
Not so much.
No. All right. It's just not. Don't do that. And if you see that, maybe report it to the authorities. Right. That's probably the best way to do it. Like, hey, the heads are cheating so that their kids can get an upper hand.
I make a scene. Don't make a violent scene.
Choose violence.
Just embarrassment's a powerful tool.
Right. I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. But you know what else is a powerful tool?
Tool.
These hands.
Yeah. All right.
Not actually these hands. The magic within them. Like these hands are just. All right. Keep going. Next question. Modify my memory. What do you got?
We have a halfling in our party, and I'm worried about him because he has a habit of shrinking himself down to the size of a fairy and then flying around using mage hand. And I'm worried.
Holy shit, you can do that?
So
if you're a halfling, you're probably around the neighborhood of 3.5 to 4 foot tall.
Yeah.
If you use reduce on yourself, then you would be in the neighborhood of about a foot, right? Maybe a foot and a half tops.
You weigh like an eighth.
Right, so if you're 100 pounds...
You think a halfling weighs 100 pounds?
Oh my god, they're dense little assholes.
Okay.
Yes. I mean, they're not assholes. You know what I mean? They're dense. There's a density there that's not...
All right, okay, so you're 100 pounds.
Right, I mean, at least most of them are probably a bit more. I mean, like, have you... All right, we've been on adventures with quite a few halflings.
Yes.
The only people or things that I know that are, travelers with us that can out-eat Thud have been our halfling friends.
Oh, pound for pound. Those guys put it down.
First breakfast, second breakfast, afternoon tea, all of that shit.
Yeah.
That's all them.
Yep.
So you have to account for that density. So, okay, if they're 100 pounds and you shrink them down to an eighth of that weight, how much is that?
So
You're better at
12
math
pounds,
than me.
12 pounds?
Yeah, let's just call it 10 to
Okay.
even out the math, right? I don't know if my mage hand can lift up that much weight. I've never tried, honestly. More than like a key or a purse that was only a few
Floating
pounds.
disc could do it?
Oh, for sure. But either way, it's a brilliant use of 2 spells. Shrink yourself down and use another method to just flit about.
Yes.
Oh my god, I might try this.
Okay, I'm not going to ask how, because I'm pretty sure you could come up with something.
Oh yeah, I got this. This is going in my Rolodex of shit that I'm going to f around with on the roof of my building.
Yeah, you should definitely get me that deed as soon as you can.
Why, you think you'll have use of it soon?
Maybe.
You think that's what's going to do me in?
Not
the dragons or
no.
the demons or the ancient lords of the deep or the lich I literally fought in an apartment room last week.
Look, I don't know what your destiny is, but I'm going to guess it involves mushrooms.
Roof falling's going to be what did old poor
Could
Boots.
be, buddy.
Here lies Boots. Powerful
Any
sorcerer.
rings of feather fall in your stash?
He fell 20 feet. Oh, what happened, Boots? You were so powerful. I tripped. Oh man, no, I don't think that can't be my end. Please don't let it be my end. How embarrassing would that be? I slipped off a rose petal flitting about after casting reduce on myself.
I mean, yeah, a little bit.
Oh my god! But if you have a party member who can do this
Yes.
in your group, I would encourage this behavior fully because
Really?
it just it sounds fun. That doesn't sound fun to you? I mean, I wouldn't do it in battle, right?
Yeah.
You're not gonna go into a room with a bunch of orcs and start just flitting about unless you're getting out of the way of stuff. But like, in your off time.
I mean, if you need to make an exit, if you're a tiny person and you need to make an exit in a hurry, like
That's
shrink
one
yourself
way.
down and
Yeah.
catapult on yourself, that's a heck of a way to make an exit.
You'll get out of there fast.
Yeah.
I mean, the landing might kind of suck,
Hurt.
but
Yeah, it would probably hurt. But, other things could hurt worse.
And this is clearly a halfling thing, right? Like, no one is more clever with that shit than halflings.
Yeah. I can't.
Most of, gnomes are great for, building shit, but, thinking of ways to move about a room and or find food, halflings all day and all day.
Yeah.
You want to know where the best places to get a pork pie or a glass of wine in a city is? Find a halfling, see where they're eating, and fucking go there.
Oh, that.
I mean, halflings are great, right?
Yeah.
If you're in a town...
Right.
And you're looking for something to eat and or drink.
Oh, my goodness.
Find out where the halflings are going.
Yes, that's 100%.
And go there. They're going to know where the best pork pies are. They're going to know where the best wine is. They should really write a book, right? Because they're the best at that.
Yeah.
Wherever they're going, you go there too.
I mean, even if you go into a town where they have no experience, they always seem to find...
Yeah, they have an innate ability to do that, right? The best places to sleep, the best places to hang out.
Follow your halfling, order whatever they order.
Right. Yeah, and also, they're generally just good people. By and large, halflings are some of my favorite people to hang out with. I just wish
Have we ever met an evil halfling?
Yes, there was a rogue and he stabbed Thud in the knee. And Thud had a limp for like a month and a half after that.
Wow.
You don't remember that?
Oh, no. Okay, yes. Yeah.
To be fair, he used to disguise himself as many things, and
Exactly.
I think people thought he was a child. If I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Right.
The part I didn't remember.
Right.
I remember the knee stab.
Yeah, he stabbed him in the knee, and so that. But of all of the halflings we've met, that's the only one that pops to mind as being an asshole.
And he got away.
Oh no, yeah, he's still fleeting. But I hope Thud never finds him.
Yeah, because if he does, you're gonna punt him right
Nope.
into the harbor.
Thud doesn't have a lot of remaining enemies or enmity to them things. If we had anything, it would be that little guy.
Yeah.
But all right, so next question. Let's hit it up again. I'm ready when you are.
So we have a follow-up from the adventuring party with Dr. Zed.
Oh yeah.
Right. So.
So as I remember, he's been scattered about some type of plane or many planes or all the
right.
planes.
Yeah.
And he's the dude with the war poodle.
That's right.
Which I really want a war poodle because it was so fluffy yet so menacing yet so stately. If you can make Durnan pay attention to a poodle, that poodle's got some gumph, right? It's got some pizzazz, panache, right? But anyway, and I know we've been in contact with. They seem like nice people, right? So I guess what's the new worry?
So
I wonder if he's manifested yet.
it doesn't seem like he has.
Oh no.
So the follow-up was that, first of all, Dr. Zed is a medical doctor.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Like he can cure people's wounds and shit like that?
Yes.
But not with magic like you do?
Yeah. So he's like medical kits. You would see them.
Oh, awesome.
Right, he's very good with those.
Well, good for him.
Doesn't seem like he was ever able to heal. So he had to rely on the kits. But anyway, so the letter from one of his party mates basically was hoping that we had any additional ideas. If I'm honest. I'm gonna read it here. My friend's dog, Ajax, keeps telling me to send you a bird because you talked to Dad.
Oh, shit. Now I feel even worse about this. We have to help these people. How do we pull him from the other dimension, Swan? You know what? You know what we'll do? We'll go ask Vincent. I don't know anyone who knows more about other dimensional like that than him.
Yeah.
I feel like we could get an answer from him before we can get it. Maybe we can do some scrying too, right?
Well, I wonder what would happen if we did some scrying.
And Lucy was not in town the last time we actually talked to them, so we can ask
Lucy.
her. Maybe follow up with some of our powerful friends.
Yeah.
There's got to be a way. We may be able to help with this. Because I can't wish anymore. Because the last time I did that, it made me feel like shit, and for some reason I just can't cast a spell anymore.
Yeah. I mean, you were in bed for a week.
And then it took me I felt like it took me another week to learn how to walk again.
Yes, it did.
Yeah. So that's out. But I mean, if anyone can know,
Vincent must know.
Yeah, Vincent will know. Lucy might know. Vincent is our friend from Troll Skull Alley who has some. I don't want to out him on.
He's got some
knowledge.
friends.
Yes, and some knowledge of things that happen in other places.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. All right. I think that's the best way to handle this. We'll bring it back to the group. Oh, I hate saying that.
I think the phylactery is probably.
You think we should make Dr. Zed a phylactery? You know,
I mean,
actually,
that's what comes, let's ask them. But that's what comes to mind.
that's not a bad idea, really. We could make him, and then, I mean, can you have a phylactery without the necessary, evil spells and all that stuff? And does it have to be, do you have to be evil to have a phylactery? I guess the only one person that would want to, make others suffer so they could live longer would have to be evil. Maybe there's a way to make a benevolent
phylactery?
Yeah. It's not, I mean, it can't, again, this is
Benevolent Phylactery was the name of my band when I was in elementary school. That's a joke.
Oh, God. See, guys, this is what happens when Swan has been a dad for so long.
Yeah.
It's all right. All right, we got one more question. Is that enough for this week?
That's enough. We're running long, as it is.
Really? Is that why Dernan's looking at us?
I mean, isn't he always looking at us? But
yeah, we deserve it, though. All right, so that's it. Let's settle up this week, then. All right, everyone, we'll see you next week. Here on Rod and Flagon, and you can send us your birds to @Rod and Flagon, @Maulsmith, or to @Oliver Redboots. And I hope everyone has a really great week, and please be kind to each other out there.
Yeah, and don't bend the laws of luck to benefit. Don't be a jackass.
Yeah, don't be a douchebag.
Have a good week.